We have a major update on the Mikal Bridges trade. If you guys remember, initially, when that trade was completed, all the reports at the time indicated that Mikal Bridges was the one that requested a trade from the Nets to the Knicks. However, recently, Brooklyn Nets GM Sean Marks spoke to the media, and during that session, he actually revealed that Mikal Bridges never requested a trade from the Nets to the Knicks. We're going to break down his comments and let you know how this Mikal Bridges deal actually happened. We're going to take a look at all of this and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. How the Mikal Bridges trade actually happened. Initially, even though we were all hyped, the reports at the time all indicated that the reason this trade happened is either because Mikal Bridges or his camp actually requested for him to join the Knicks. And the reports indicated that if he was traded to any other team, he would let that team know that during free agency, he would leave anyways and go to the Knicks. Basically telling everybody in the league, do not trade for me because I only want to play for the New York Knicks. But recently, he spoke to the media and he revealed Mikal never actually requested a trade. That trade happened because it was the best available deal on the table and Brooklyn couldn't say no. Let's break down these latest comments from Sean Marks so you can get an idea of how this Mikal Bridges deal actually came to be. According to Sean Marks, he details the behind the scenes of the Mikal Bridges trade discussions. According to Marks, Leon and I talked for a couple of days on this thing, and it moved very, very quickly. You could tell how interested they were in adding Mikal Bridges to that group. Marks continued here by stating, moved very quickly. Could tell how interested they were in Mikal Bridges. Mikal didn't know till I called him about the trade. That Mikal wanted to leave or requested a trade couldn't be further from the truth. That is not in Mikal's character, not who he is. According to Marks, he said that the Knicks trade package was by far the best to set up the Nets moving forward. Here's his exact quote. According to Marks, it's not an easy decision, but when you have an offer like we did from New York, I think it sets us up on a very clear direction and a pathway to build this team with sustainable success. And one reporter at the press conference actually asked Marks if Mikal Bridges' 2023-2024 season and the way he played influenced their decision to trade him. He stated, he's a talented young man, both on and off the court, adds a heck of a lot to the locker room. Any team would be lucky to have him. So clearly, he didn't answer the question. It sounded like he dodged it, but he gave a lot of praise to Mikal Bridges in the process. Shout out to Brooklyn Nets GM Sean Marks for giving us the following updates about Mikal Bridges and how that entire trade went down. I gotta say, given the current information that we have, this is very different from what we initially heard when that trade went down. Again, like we said at the top of the show, the initial reports all indicated that Mikal Bridges himself, or at least his camp, basically said, do not trade me anywhere else but the New York Knicks. I want to play for the Knicks. But clearly, that's not true. Number one, Mikal Bridges never even knew he was going to be traded, according to Sean Marks, and he had no control over where he was going to go. The only reason he was traded to the Knicks by Sean Marks is because of the offer on the table from New York. Nobody in the league had a better offer on the table than the Knicks. Because of that, and because of the conversations that Leon Rose and Sean Marks were having over the last couple of days before the trade actually happened, all of those factors coming together led the Knicks and Leon Rose to trade for Mikal Bridges. And even though Bridges wanted to come to the Knicks and he wanted to be with his boys, and clearly he wants to play with the Nova Knicks that we have here, this is the perfect place for him, perfect place for his current prime, and clearly the Knicks fit him and his skill set extremely well. This is the place he needed to be. With the Knicks having Mikal Bridges, we are a championship finals team now. We can contend for a championship, and we're still not done yet. We still have other pieces to make. In my opinion, it doesn't matter how Mikal Bridges got here. I don't care if he requested a trade or not, because it's clear. When you look at him, you know he wanted to be a Knick. He wanted to be part of this team. He wanted to play alongside Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, and all of the other great players we have on this roster. He wanted to compete for a championship. And the Knicks right now, currently, give him the best option to do so with the roster that we currently have. So I don't care whether he wanted to be traded here or not. The reality is he's here. He's part of the Knicks. He's happy to be part of the Knicks. He wants to help contribute to this culture and help us win a championship. So because of all of that, I don't care how it happened. I'm just happy, hype, and excited that it actually happened. And even more so, I'm hype about the fact that Mikal Bridges is actually going to speak publicly for the Knicks tomorrow. That's right. Shout out to Fred Katz of The Athletic for giving us the following updates. According to him, Mikal Bridges is scheduled to speak with reporters tomorrow. It will be the first time the Knicks have done an offseason introductory press conference in 3 years. I believe the last player we did that for was Jalen Brunson. And now, coming full circle, we're doing it again for another Nova player, another star Nova player, Mikal Bridges, the perfect piece, the final piece to this Knicks team, who is finally on this roster, who's going to help Jalen Brunson in the pick and roll so much. You're talking about him being in the backcourt with Jalen Brunson as well. That means with all of the offense that Jalen gives you, you're going to have all of the defense that Mikal is going to give you. Not to mention that in the wings, you're going to have OG Anunoby defending 1 through 5. And if the situation calls for it and we need to switch OG with Mikal, we can actually do that because the roster we have in place supports that. It helps that. And that's why we created it. We did it to have two of the best wings in the entire league be on our team so we can defend against any other team in the league, whether that be the Boston Celtics, the Denver Nuggets, whoever it is, it doesn't matter. We got this. Right now, the Knicks are in one of the best positions that they've been in my entire lifetime. We have a 4 to 5 year window to win a championship. The biggest window I've seen for the Knicks in my lifetime. We have the player that I coveted, that I wanted on this team all offseason long, since the Knicks season ended against the Pacers, and it was Mikal Bridges. And now we have him on this roster. And the best news about all of this is that we're not done yet. We are still working the phone lines, still trying to make a major trade happen for this team so we can get better moving forward. And that player we're looking to target is absolutely a center. Backup center, starting center, that's anybody's guess. But according to all of the reports coming out, the Knicks are working the phones trying to trade for a center. And that means that Leon Rose and this Knicks front office, they're not done yet. More moves to come, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for this Knicks team. But as of right now, the future is extremely bright, thanks to Mikal Bridges. Whether he wanted to be traded here or not, it doesn't matter to me. Mikal being part of this team, that's what matters. And that's what I'm taking away from all of this. But what about you guys? What do you guys think about the new details revealing that Mikal Bridges never asked to be traded to the Knicks? Instead, the reason that Brooklyn traded him to the Knicks is because New York had the best offer on the table. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments, folks, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.